What's going on, y'all? Duality of Binary says first. Not impressed. Anyway. Greytech Corp says, yo, what's going on, Greytech? Duality of Binary just immediately hit me with the Reddit. You are really having a lot of fun with that Reddit. Let's see what you've done now. Let's see what nonsense is happening here. Nate thinks howdy is an appropriate professional greeting and is bringing it back. Didgeridoo virtuoso, howdy utterer, international man of mystery. Thank you, Forrest. There's no video for this one? Just, oh, there. Oh, that's weird. It's not loading on Firefox for some reason. That's very strange. Anyway, we'll get that figured out. Maybe it'll pop up here. There we go. For years, I've never heard an actual Texan use howdy. I've taken up the mantle. I'm the one who's going to say howdy. I really appreciate the disable ad blocker. You know I don't use an ad blocker. I really appreciate the didgeridoo music you put in there. I am the one who howdies. Saying howdy and then this is a good edit. Introducing characteristics. I appreciate that. Duality of Binary, can you teach us how to put a crypto miner on our own personal websites? That's advice I would pay for. Completely up to it, of course. No, I can't teach you how to put a crypto miner on a website. I mean, I could. I'm not going to, though. Powerful. Anyway, let's get to the real topic of the stream. Today, I'm going to tackle what no one has ever tackled before, and by that I mean, I'm just going to tackle my website. You notice npmail.com takes a little while for the car to load. Not so bad on this computer, but on a worse computer, it is a much worse experience. So my goal is going to be to improve the load times for the thing. So let's see if I pull it up on my phone. Oh, npmail.com. Pull it up on my phone. You'll see it takes a little bit of time to load. Let me reload real quick. That's valuable time that I don't want to waste from people, you know. So there's a number of things that happen when this site loads. Let's just open up to-do.txt. Rotating wheels, skybox. I need to make the sun smaller. Mountains, don't care. Palm text for cross picture. Okay, so we got most of the stuff done. But there's a number of things that happen. One, it has to load all the assets. Website should be designed to ban all people with user agent other than Linux Firefox. No, that would be bad for business. I'm not an idiot. Anyway, so it needs to load the assets. It needs to pre-compile shaders. I don't know how that works, but that's something that has to happen. You know, so it needs to load the assets, load up the scene, and then it needs to start rendering. So we need to, I'm going to try to increase the speed of all of these things. And I will move this window over here, and I'm going to move the Firefox window over here because a little bit of that window gets cut off on the screen. And I want you to see the code. You know. Also, just going to throw a shout out. Merch store is up. You know, I have one design that I've mirrored across a few products. Obviously, the T-shirt is the only reasonably priced thing here. That said, you know, the hoodie, not a ridiculous price, still a little high, but you know, I just set my margins at 5%. I'm not trying to get rich off of this. I'm just trying to get some clout. Otherwise, you could get the women's cropped hoodie, which is $73. I don't know why it's so expensive. Frankly, just buy the full size hoodie and then crop it yourself if you'd like the cropped hoodie, ladies. Duality of Binary says, can you put a sidechain on the music so the audio ducks anytime you talk? I don't know how to do that, but what I can do is I can just turn the music down. Thank you for suggesting turning the music down. That's good stuff. Anyway, the store's up. Also, I've added a nice little Easter egg. If you just want to look at the car, boom, just click anywhere up in this top area, and there's this neat little animation that goes away. It brings the links away and brings them back. Still fully clickable while they're in motion, which I think is kind of fun. But yeah, and of course, shout out to GSAP for being the animation library. You need a coder sticker that virtually signals one of your pet causes. Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, GSAP, which is, gotta be honest, frankly, one of the most annoying libraries to start working with. I've heard this from plenty of people. Gotta be honest, not much of a fan. It's kind of annoying. It's very nice, and everything looks good. I mean, look at the menu slides in. You know, I mean, everything moves around. It's all nice. Look at that. The only problem is it's impossible to work with, and the documentation is not very good. I have correspondence with the guy who wrote this, and, you know, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff, to say the least. Anyway, it's time to make some improvements. So first and foremost, if you look at the car, it's very nice and all, but there's a bunch of geometry underneath the car that's not being seen, rendered. No one cares about it. So I got to figure out how to get rid of all that geometry. So let's throw open good old Blender. Blenderoonie. Kill mail. Don't let me see that. Let's throw open good old Blenderoonie and see if we can figure that out. So let's delete this. Don't need it. So then we'll import a GLTF. Duality of binary. Can we get a news roundup on the Google Generative AI brouhaha? I don't care. So let's see. Source github.com npmail. npmail.com should be on here somewhere. There it is. Assets? Isn't it assets? Dist? Raw assets? Where the hell is the GLTF file? Public. There it is. So car.glb, that's going to be our file. Notice it's 306 KB. But, I mean, look at all this nice geometry that never gets seen. What's the point in having it? And to that I say, there is no point in having it. So guess what's happening? I'm going to just start deleting things with reckless abandon. Get rid of that. Oh, how do I do that? Median point, active element. I hit the X button. Can I right click and then just delete? There we go. So let's just get rid of all of that stuff. Rotate around. Don't need any of this. Bye bye. So this is under the back of the car. So the angle you see it at is, oh, this is difficult. There we go. It's like kind of this angle. So you do see a little bit of these pipes, but frankly, I don't really care. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this stuff. Can I hold shift to select more? Yeah, there we go. So pretty much all this stuff underneath the car, totally not serving my purposes, not helpful, not doing anything. So let's get rid of it. Oh no, I accidentally selected too much. Let's be more careful this time selecting things. There we go. There we go. Delete some more stuff. All of this. All of this. Go away. All of this can go away. Let's delete that. I feel a bit bad doing this because I know whoever it was that made this and put it out there for free to use did a lot of work on it, but it's not serving me these days. So all this geometry must go. How do I select all these? There we go. Okay. Delete those. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Drive engagement. Let's go. Turn up. I want to get rid of that. So we delete that. So now if you notice from this angle the car looks basically the same as it did before, but it's way less vertices, way less stuff. I suppose I could probably go pretty crazy trying to get this all sorted out and cleaned up, but you know, there's a point at which it no longer matters. I think those are necessary. Let's get rid of this. Delete that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. You know, this is just all movie magic, you know? Don't need these things, so I'm getting rid of them. No idea what these random faces are doing here. Delete those. Delete those. All right, cool. So now let's go and see if we go back in here and we run cd2 dist, then we not dist, public. Yeah, and then if we ls minus lah, the car is 299K. So then let's re-export this after having deleted a bunch of this unnecessary geometry. Also, you don't need anything in the front of the car because you never see it. You kind of see the edge of this from the sides, but you don't see any of this stuff at all. So we will we'll delete that as well. Let's get rid of these pieces. Totally useless, not serving any purpose for us. Delete those. Fantastic. Now the car is gutted, but I think this will do what it needs to. So from either side, it looks okay. I don't know what's up with the purple shading here. I could probably fix that, but I don't know how. I'm a little dumb, but yeah, it'll probably be all right. I'm gonna get rid of this geometry in the front that's not doing anything. Not really anything in the inside that really matters. So yeah. So let's file export as a GLB GLTF source GitHub. Then what are we doing? npmail, npmail.com, public car.glb, then we'll export it. And now it should be smaller. We'll see by how much. So then let's do an ls minus lah, and now it's 199K instead of 299K. Killed 100K, easy. Duality of Binary says Hector's going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines, and on top of that he just came into Harry's and ordered 3 T66 turbos with NOS and a Motec system exhaust. Forrest, I appreciate it. I know how much you love Fast and Furious. All right, cool. So let's do npx vite. That should get us running. Then we'll go to localhost 5173. And there we go. It's the same thing, but probably runs at a faster rate and has way less vertices. Now, if I was smart, what I would have done is I would have measured before instead of just going for it. But you know, that is what happens. So again, no visible degradation in quality, and it, you know, it's better. So that's good. Now then, what's the next thing that probably slows it down? I'm gonna guess so the next thing that slows it down is likely going to be the amount of lights I have, because there's a whole bunch of lights and they're constantly moving, and they don't all actually have to be moving like that. So let's control C that bad boy. Let's get add minus that. And smallicate the car GLB. Git push origin main. So this car has been insmollicated. Let's cd to that public directory. I don't know that we can lose that much more off the car now. So let's see if there's anything else that's particularly big. So that's 199K. Skybox is 288 bytes. 81K on the streetlight. That's a little high, but not too bad. Let's see the Skybox. So the Skybox is pretty big. The background is 386K. It doesn't need to be that big. And then all the other sides, you don't even see. So I'm wondering if I can move top.png to top.backup.png, and then just touch top.png and see if it still renders if I just have a totally busted image that doesn't do anything. So next thing is going to be to get back out of here. npx vite and see what we get. So something went wrong, because now we have a purple background, which frankly I actually kind of like. I don't know what to do about that. Ooh, this music kind of bops. Kind of feeling this music. All right, so clearly that wasn't it. Git restore dot npx status npx vite, and now it reloads, and that's back. So it doesn't like it when you have a just a random file that ends in .png. But I wonder if I can. I suppose I want the sides to still be skyboxes. Let's look at the skybox. 3.js skybox. Setting a static background can be as simple as setting some CSS. Taking an example from the article, we need to change two things. CSS to its canvas to set its background image. Well, that makes sense. I wonder if I could just do that. You tell WebGL and render to use alpha, so places are not drawing anything transparent, and we get a background. I wonder how that works. Otherwise, you can load it using text for load. I think that makes more sense for a standard thing where you're only looking at it from one angle. I think the rotation is going to make the solution I have up on the screen not work properly. 6 images from Computer History Museum in Mountain View, California. Interesting. So I have the cube texture loader. Okay. Equal rectangular map. Interesting. Maybe I could do an equal rectangular map. That would be simpler. Rather than do it at load time, you can also convert an equal rectangular image to a cube map beforehand. Oh, that's interesting. Cube map view. 3D view. Can I do a cube map to equal rectangular image? Ooh. Use a panorama to cube map tool. I wonder if Photoshop just does that. Use Spacescape to make a cube map. I need an equal rectangular image. How do I do it in Photoshop? Take a look at Flaming Pear's Flexify plugin. Photoshop plugin for panoramas, polyhedra, and maps. wonder if that's going to be a more efficient way of setting this up. Not sure. Rendering on demand. Debugging JavaScript. Debugging GLSL. Taking a screenshot, preventing the canvas from being cleared. Canvas input. Making the canvas transparent. It's three.js as a background. That's what I have done. Pretty good. There you go. Optimizing a lot of objects. This article is part of a series of articles about three.js. Your first article, three.js fundamentals, blah, 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 blah. Every mesh you create represents one or more requests by the system to draw something. Drawing two things has more overhead than drawing one, even if the results are the same. So one way to optimize is to merge meshes. So we can be merging meshes. That's interesting. I suppose that merged all the meshes together. That might be something. That's interesting. Check the frame rate by looking at dev tools. Interesting. And I fixed a couple of things and now it's way faster. That's pretty neat. I'm guessing by making all of these one bit of geometry instead of having all of them be separate geometry. Is that what they're saying? Yeah, that makes sense. So I don't know that we have anything that we can merge into a single geometry. The only thing I can imagine merging into a single geometry would be the car itself and the road. So everything else kind of moves all together. That said, instead of moving each of these items at once, I can move the entire background. All these items that move, I can put them all into one group and move them all at the same time, and then just reset them as they drive past the car, which you can kind of see with the buildings here. So that'd be one way of, applying all these changes at once instead of a bunch of different times. Merging geometry is a common optimization technique. For example, rather than 100 trees, you might merge trees into one geometry, pile up individual rocks into a single geometry of rocks. Makes enough sense. Using off-stream canvas and a web screen and a web worker, meh. Got a bunch of normal stuff. Picking objects with the mouse, that's kind of fun. Oh, this is fun. Creepy Night by Mood Mode. This song, we'll see how it goes. So anyway, let's go apply that other optimization. And real quick, let's just open up the browser DevTools and see how this works. Performance, got the profiler, settings, graphics, I guess. Start recording, do some stuff, capture the recording. Let's see. Twitch.tv, memory, YouTube, story blocks. Here we are, parent process. This is what I'm talking about. I think this is the one. Yeah. So compositor is using nothing. Render is using nothing. Canvas render. This feels like... What is up with this? It's basically at the ground. It's not using anything. Maybe I need to run this in a weaker computer. Diesel says, "You're gay. TF is this Halloween ass music." I don't know. I just have been playing... I said serious and I said guitar, and this is what came up as one of the songs. I'll skip to another one. Alright, this one's called Enchanted Horizon. So I don't know if enchanted means enchanted in some Halloween-esque way, but, you know, we'll see. But anyway, let's see. So we got parent process, npmail.com. Where's the localhost? Localhost. This is the one we want. How do I tell all the other ones to go away? I don't care about any of this other stuff. YouTube, go away. Twitch.tv, go away. Parent process, go away. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want. So something's happening that's causing this thing to just suck up memory. Interesting. That's the flame graph. Stack chart, marker chart. Huh. Marker table, network. Not very much on the network. Most of the time is spent in animate. That makes sense. Fresh driver tick. Render objects, render scene. Transmission pass. Is the transmission pass, is that? I wonder what that's about. Anyway, why is it saying that the CPU is pretty much nothing? Definitely saying that there's something going wrong with memory. So if I keep this thing running, will it just continue to eat up more memory? Let's record another profile. I don't want YouTube, I want localhost. So over the new profile, it just keeps eating up more memory. So maybe this is the profiler itself that's eating the memory, because it doesn't seem to actually be... It didn't go up between different calls to this thing. So I think that memory is getting freed at some point. I think it's the profiler that's complaining. Huh. I might have to look into how that Firefox profiler works in a future time. But for now, let's hop back into the code, see what we can optimize further. So open up NeoVim. Let's make a new tab. We'll run terminal. Run an npx vite. Get this thing going again. And then let's look at some code. Main.js. So here we are. So you'll notice here we are adding stuff to the we're moving the location of the buildings, we're moving the location of the palm trees, and we're moving the location of the streetlights. So all we have to do really is just get rid of that, get rid of moving stuff, and everything will be stationary, which is fine, because what we can do is we can say background elements dot position dot y. Is it y? What did we just remove? Dot y plus equals actual speed. So we'll just delete that, paste it down here, and we'll just say background elements. If you recall from a long time ago, I set up that background elements, and now we have an equivalent thing, except I think it works a little bit better now. Only problem is the buildings aren't moving, so we need to add the buildings to the background elements. So let's see. So I have this buildings. So we're pushing building to buildings. And we're adding it to the scene, but I think if we just do background elements are already added to the scene. So now we have an equivalent thing, but I think this is going to be more efficient. Does it load faster as well? I can't tell. It might actually load faster as well. That's something to figure out. Oh no. We just ran out of road. Well, this is fun. Now this just highlighted something I didn't know was going on. The buildings are extending below the road as well. That is very funny. So before I fix the road going away, let's fix the buildings being so low. So these buildings are made by this new box. Let's see. So we do this, make the buildings. Duality of binary, you're not getting me on that again. You know what? You are. I used to say I live my life a quarter mile at a time, and I think that's why we were brothers, because you did too. No matter where you were, whether it's a quarter mile away or halfway across the world, you'll always be with me. You'll always be my brother. Oh, did we lose the buildings flying back to where they should be? Yeah, I think we lost that. Yeah. That's very strange. Beautiful, a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you. So I think what's happened is once I added everything to the background scene, or the background element thing, what happened is once I added those things to the background, their locations were starting to be determined in reference to that background scene portion I have, instead of in reference to the absolute distance. So I think all I need to do is tweak these functions here. All you need to do is tweak these not functions, these little for loops to do this according to absolute position instead of the position in the scene. So let's see. three.js absolute position. Ooh, this is going to be probably pretty slow. Object.local to world. Huh. You get the world coordinates of a local 3-vector. Use local to world. So if buildings.i.position.y, buildings I dot local to world. Will this work? That doesn't appear to be working. Let's inspect and see if it's complaining at me at all. Doesn't appear to be. If I'm doing this right. Is Vite not working? I think I may have killed Vite. No? This should have reloaded my page and started getting mad at me. Oh, that's strange. Huh. Curious. I'm on npmail.com. That would explain it. Localhost 5173. There we go. Now we're talking. And of course it's broken, but you know, don't worry about that. So this caused the buildings to regenerate in the background. I can't tell. I think I just generated way too many buildings. Yeah, we're driving past the buildings. Okay, so let's try that local to world thing. So if buildings I at position Y, so if we say if, let's see, buildings dot local to world. Buildings at position Y. Buildings I. Let's see if that works. Oh, it does not seem to like that. Let's run the inspect. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. Type error, vector.apply matrix 4 is not a function. Well, it didn't like that. Let's see if it... It's probably an easier way to do that then. Let's see. This music is getting on my nerves. The serious music all ends up being... The serious music on story blocks is all this like stuff with people singing in the background. Let's go with relaxing music. Ooh, there's one called Synthwave Serenity. Okay. This is more like it. Alright. Now we're talking. Now this is music. Alright, what the hell were we doing? Oh, this is all messed up. So we're gonna animate function. Let's see. So what we did was we updated the position of all the elements, of all the background elements. I guess what we could do is we could just take a... We could just make it so there's like a slice of the background elements and they repeat every so many steps. And then what would be really nice is that would allow us to combine all of the background elements into one mesh. So we could have like 3 meshes. So as one goes behind, another one generates behind it, and it keeps doing like that. I wonder how that works. Does that work? How would I go about doing that? What other options are there? Is the humming fixed? It happens sometimes. Thanks for warning. Yeah, that happens when my mic gets too close to my desk. I don't know what the deal is. The cables are supposed to be good. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. Is my mic stand? I don't know. Anyway, I've just got a floating car. It's 95 PC gone. Yeah. So I'm trying to think, how can I get these things to move? I wonder if there's somebody who's done this before. Can I just do like infinite road in three.js? How to create an infinite floor. So I came across this. Great, can't get to it. Central areas, already textured. How to make it extend up to the horizon. Person coded it. Hit some sort of limitation. I'd use a single color. Let's see. Create enormous textured planes. That's funny. So this doesn't look so ridiculously different than mine. Maybe it does. No, they're not moving anything. I'll create a road from vector points. High-speed light trails. Whoa. Well, that's pretty sweet. All right, well that's pretty sweet. But no, I mustn't get caught up in nonsense like that. Infinite 3D world and three.js. 3 tiles. I see, so they're making tiles and then moving them around, I guess. So using probably some Perlin noise or something to generate those tiles. Yep, there we go, Perlin noise. Called it. Back to the very front, keeping the direct camera on the center tile. Alright. Well, that's not very helpful. That was the way the floor, or whatever. Skybox infinite distance. Infinite tubes. That's what this is about. This is kind of interesting. Star Wars. Whoa. That looks pretty sweet. Blood cells going through an artery. Triangular. This stuff is super trippy. I like the Star Wars thing. Huh. This is pretty sweet. Duality of binary takes me back to working in the tunnels in Nam. Alright, thank you. A lot of this 3D graphics stuff is really cool. If you go on like Shader Toy, of course, there's all sorts of cool stuff. Let's see, browse. I mean, look at this. How sick is this? And so I just wrote this as a shader in WebGL. Graphics cool, but web-hosted crypto miner equals better. I mean, there's like Bitcoin.js. Yeah, there we go. You can run like a Bitcoin node on your in the browser. Not like a good idea to run it, but you know, this could run in the browser. Not a miner, but a just a Bitcoin node. Let's see. WorldCoin thoughts. I don't care. What else we got going on? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm on my own. I suppose what I should probably do is then just, you know, maybe it would work to just, maybe just turn this into tiles and then just put the tiles one after another. That might take a little math to figure out, but that wouldn't be too bad. And I just have 3 tiles, and then I put those tiles in as their own. I can combine the meshes on them, so then you only have to ever render 3 massive objects, and then the car, so 4 objects. I'm not sure. Well, let's see. What else is there? What else is there I could do to optimize this? Oh, I could just rename main.js to main.ts. We'll just have a term main.js, main.ts. Does it work? Oh, it's mad at me. It doesn't like it. Oh, it's real mad at me. It's funny. Could not find declaration for 3. Oh, interesting. Does 3 not have TypeScript definitions? Oh, I see. So there's a TypeScript v thing. I wonder if it's different. If I've done something wrong. You need an F40 or Testarossa profile car. Yeah. I'm doing this open source with just free stuff that's out there. So, you know, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, I see. So I just need to npm install the types. Npm install save at types/3. Npm audit. Fix that security issue. So now if I restart it. Okay, so now it can't find 3 add-ons loaders gltf loader.js. Could I just, would it work to just do that? Well, we got the types. That's all that matters. See what other complaints this thing has. Wheel stop push, never. Number. Appends a new elements to the end of array. Let wheels. Got rid of that complaint. Type number is not assignable to type color. 3.color. Well, that's not too easy. That's not too bad. New 3.color. Give it this bad boy, and that works. Argument of type mesh any Lambert material, then 3D map is not assignable to type never. This one, palm trees. Oh, so I need to say that this is a slice of 3.mesh. Not slice an array. Argument of type is not assignable to parameter of vector 3, missing the following properties from type. This takes a vector. That's a 3D event map. Dot location. I mean, that works. This one will work. We're just gonna give it type annotation. What was this? This was frame and the light. Why do I have the frame and the light as separate objects in here? Curious why I did that. Was that smart? Should I do that? Am I using the frame and light elsewhere? So there I'm moving stuff around the frame. Am I moving anything? Am I doing anything with the light? If I delete the light entirely, what happens? Oh yeah, that's right. This isn't building. Loading module. Main.js was blocked because of disallowed MIME type none. Can I call this main TS? How do I import a TS from HTML? Bundling script js/main.js. So how does Vite do that? How does Vite bundle TypeScript? How to bundle a React to TypeScript? I don't want React. I just want Vite. Import some method. Okay, so that. Quality of binary says they found a free Ferrari F40 model. On CG Tricks. Yeah, but how free is this model? And this looks like a lot of stuff I'm going to have to delete. This is probably a massive model that's like a gig. I don't want that. I like the one I have, and I can't show it, of course. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Vite supports importing TS files. Vite performs translation. Vite import TS script in HTML file. Here we go. Resource, blah, 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 blah. TypeScript file, or transpile and run the reference. Okay, so all I gotta do is open up. Oh, let's open up index.html, and then just replace main.js with main.ts. That should work, right? Maybe? Yeah, there we go. So we got our TypeScript, which is great. So let's get back to hacking on this thing. Oh, hey, look at that! First time chat from and a follow from SHMUELNV Schmilnv. Says I'm a new software dev in Israel trying to get my first job. Right now I'm going through a lot mentally. Any help or advice would be appreciated. Yeah, certainly. The important thing when trying to get a new job is, of course, to be able to prove your skills when you're applying someplace. And the best way to gain skills in writing software is not going to software school. It's not reading books. It's not learning a bunch of languages, even though all that stuff does help. But the most important thing is working on projects and building things. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be something wild and massive. Really, all you need to do is get experience on the keyboard building projects and trying to get those projects to the end state. When you do that, it proves that not only do you know how to write code, which is kind of the basic thing, but you know how to self-manage your time. You know how to manage your time on your own. You know how to understand the things that go into projects other than just the code. You know, all the protocols you have to work with, how to use APIs, how to read documentation, and all sorts of other things. Additionally, it shows that you have kind of a level of maturity, being able to make informed decisions on which technologies to use and how to most effectively use them. So, yeah, that's the advice: is build projects. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can be rebuilding projects you already use. You can make something silly, like how I have this 3D animation as the background of my website. Pretty silly, but it's a lot of fun. That's about it. I mean, it's just you learn by doing, particularly in software. So let me know if that helps. Shmulnev. Shmulnev. This name is Toucan. Welcome back to the chat. He says hello, long time no see. How you doing? All right, so let's get back to cleaning this up. So I have this light, and I don't know that I'm actually doing anything with it. If I reload the page, does it actually change anything? It doesn't seem to, and I went to nbmail.com again, didn't I? Localhost. What is this at? 5173. Yeah, that didn't change anything. It is exactly the same, so I don't think I need that at all. And then instead of referencing .frame, I can just do, yeah. So instead of referencing .frame everywhere, I can just set that stuff directly. So let's see. We will do that. Do that. Do that. Only push the frame. And then here we will df dot. Do the same thing here. There we go. And it's mad at me. Cannot find position. Oh, screwed that up. There we go. Position does not exist on type never, but I can fix that. If I just go back to the definition of streetlights and make this, let's see, streetlight frame is it's a clone of, I believe it's an object 3D. If I just do streetlights, give it a type of 3.object3D array. Now all that works, and it still loads. See, Toucan says, doing great. Been having earlier schedule lately, so missed some streams. Well, no worries. If you're getting your schedule on track and getting a lot of sleep, That's a lot more important than watching my stream, especially when you could just go to youtube.com/npmail and watch my stream VODs at any time. Shmolnov says, I'm getting divorted from writing a code because of air raid alarms and the fact that I need to go to shelter every 40 minutes. That is no fun. I don't know what to tell you there. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Really have nothing more than that. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time. Let's see. Parameter has any type, but maybe inferred. So where are X, Y, and Z defined? Function new box, X, Y, and Z has any type, but maybe better inferred. So I think I can just say number, and number. There we go. That still works. And this will be the same thing. So buildings need to be a 3.object 3D. And it's a slice. There we go. Down to 5 errors. Same as Toucan. Are you adding stuff or just optimizing shitty 3.js code? Right now, I'm just optimizing shitty 3.js code. Trying to turn it into bad looking but acceptable 3.js code. It takes a little while to load. Function calculate speed from mouse on Y. Y is, I think it's a number. There we go. X will do the same. And let's make sure I didn't break anything with that. There we go. So now we can't find these modules. I don't know how to fix those. And then we have these things. Road texture, car wheel, car data, palm data, street light data. All right. So we need to give types to those. Shmolnov says, how long have you been living in the U.S.? Lived here all my life. Born in Iowa. That's about it. Let's see. Shmolnov says, oh, sorry, I thought you from Brazil. Nope. I do look like I could be from Brazil. Shmolnov says, you look like Ronaldo. Oh, Ronaldo. That is false. I do not look like Ronaldo. So there we go. We got that. GLTF loader. Road texture. So this is getting me all any's here. And I think that's just because I don't have types for the GLTF loader. So could I do a npm install save at types /3/addons loaders slash gltf loader. Is there? Nope, that doesn't do it. Let's look this up, see if there's some types I can get. 3.js gltf loader TypeScript. You'd have d.ts files from the JSM folder. For the corresponding files, TypeScript uses the d.ts. Get rid of the red lines. Okay. Include the JS and d.ts files. Well, that doesn't help me because I'm just importing them normal. Let's see. TypeScript import types from JavaScript module. Migrating from JavaScript. Directories, writing a configuration file. Ooh, now this is music. So definitely typed has types for 3. Do they have it for anything else? Do they have it for add-ons? No. Renderers? No, I didn't want a renderer. I want a loader. 3 source loaders gltf loader. Is it in here? No, they don't. 3.js gltf loader TypeScript. Shmolem says, thank you for your stream. I'm learning a lot about what it's like to be in dev. You ever worked in Unreal or Unity? No, I don't do anything with 3D other than just this project. And clearly I'm not very good at this. So yeah, this is the extent of my 3D knowledge is what's gone into this. Which is to say, not much. Israel need Unity RN. Yeah, I guess. Certainly it doesn't seem like a lot of fun. Let's see. 3 gltf loader. Well, the project provides type declaration files for the entire code base. The focus of 3.js is clear on JavaScript. Hence, most tutorials are not in the context of TypeScript. Since I've asked for experience 3.js to provide a new guide, fortunately, no one has contributed. Precompiled versions in the JS folder. I was using the JSM folder too. 3 examples, JS loaders. If you include these files the same way you do for three.js and TypeScript file, you can access the loader using three.gltf loader. Just concatenated and minified a few of the loaders into a single file and did the same thing for corresponding d.ts folders, files in the JSM folder, and it works great for me in TypeScript. Huh. Is there some way to do this that's not annoying? You'd have the d.ts files from the JSM loader. Oh, that looks like a hassle. Huh. Oh, somebody just said, I just started to follow you. How much for a subscription? What do you mean, how much for a subscription? It's the same as anything else. You just pay $5 to Twitch and you'll subscribe. It's the standard rate, I suppose. Let's see. How do I get this to work? Make sure your imports for 3 and GLTF replace before you're on the script. Oh, it's free, thank God. Oh, you can follow for free. If that's what you're trying to figure out. Yeah, that works. But the CDN link will always point to the most updated. Could I just do 3.gltf loader? I can't do that at all. That's annoying. This is annoying. Cannot find module 3 add-ons loaders gltf or its corresponding type declarations. Yeah, what is up with this? It's not recommended to import modules from different locations. Well, this seems very complicated. You have to put your code into the same script tag. Keep in mind that you're not importing global scripts, but ES6 modules. You have a module scope. Seems you're not creating orbit controls correctly. Huh. This is curious. Three examples JSM loaders, GLTF loader. Could that work? Could I do this? Import GLTF loader from 3/examples/JSM/loader/GLTF loader. Alright, duality of binary is saying Nate's viewership is exclusively basement-dwelling libertarians that wear 3XL t-shirts and run Arch Linux. That is not true. I think I have one guy in my audience who wears a 3XL t-shirt, and he doesn't even wear a 3XL, he wears a 4XL. Therefore, no one matches that. Also, I think I might be the only person whose political views are vaguely libertarian. There is a good mix of communism, right-wingism and left-wingism in my viewership. Also, there's a good mix of Windows, Linux, and Mac users. There's only like 2 people that run Arch other than me. If they're not, they're definitely on the no-fly list. Well, probably. Does this work? Is it complaining anywhere? That appears to be working. So that's great. So now we're just going to get effect composer, render pass, and output pass. Effect composer, three.js, TypeScript. Does this work? Oh, so that works. Let's check out what my node modules look like. Wait a second, is this it? No, this doesn't matter to me. Shmulno says, NP Mail, you play video games. Not really. Alright, duality of binary. You are being annoying. Fantastic. Installation add-ons, CD node modules, 3 samples, JSM. Shmulnov, I timed out. What's his name? Duality of binary for being annoying. Renders. All right. He was talking to me. Yeah, he was. 3/ Okay, bye. Examples /JSM/ renders. Oh, this is post-processing. Is there post-processing in here? Post-processing. So I just want to do /sample/gsm/ post-processing / effect composer 3 / examples /JSM/ post-processing 3 / examples /JSM/ post-processing. And I think we fixed the import issues. And I think I can get rid of these .js as well. Yep. Fantastic. So that's cleaned up a little bit. So then, hey, look at that! We got a type definition here. That's fun. Okay, loader GLTF string, load async, on progress, whatever. So then, these are 3.texture. So we'll just define these as 3.texture. We'll do the same thing for all of these. Type texture is not assignable to text. No. Type texture, what is that? Or GLTF is not assignable to type texture. Type GLTF is missing from the properties. And texture is texture, UID name. So I set this equal to road P, which is a 3.texture or a GLTF. So let's say GLTF. Is it 3.gltf? No, that's not going to be it. So load async returns a promise. Let's see. Loader on GLTF for string dot load async takes a URL on progress and returns a promise of GLTF. So it should be of GLTF type, I think. Huh. I don't know how to do that. Let's just get rid of that. And not worry about it for now. But a better type may be inferred from usage. So I have promise.all. Can I just await this? I don't know how that works. And then get rid of this entirely. Will that work? Yeah, that will work. That, I think that's a little bit cleaner. So we're cleaning some stuff up here. So we got composer.render expected. Let's see, expected 0 to 1 arguments, but got 2. It's a delta time, number, or undefined, void. Huh. Do I need this? Can I just composer.render? Look at that. Wasn't necessary. So that's good. So now we have this thing. Type of object 3D event map is not assignable to parameter of type vector3. So I would argue, I don't think this has been working ever. Yeah, so this is the same thing. So spotlight target, I just make an object 3D and it's supposed to go below the spotlight, but like clearly the spotlights aren't even pointing in the right locations anyway. So I think this has just been a problem for a long time that I just haven't worried about, because the spotlights are all pointing in weird locations. So if we keep that in there, what do we get? Yeah, so this is the same behavior where the spotlights aren't pointed straight down anyway. So let's see. Point light straight down 3.js. Would have been nice to know a while ago that it was a it would have been nice to know from a while ago that this was a type error and not a programming error. So we should have started with TS. So 3.js light look at. Got some ambient light. Let's do a search for look at. Nope, that didn't do anything. What if we just say spotlight dot look at What does this take in? That takes in a vector 3.vector3. Rotates the object to face a point in world space. Could I just do this as 0, 0, 0? 3.vector3 0, 0, 0. Let's say new. That seems to work. Didn't actually fix the problem. What if we change this to like 1,000, 3,892, 8,923? Does it have them point in weird directions? No. It doesn't appear to be doing anything. So let's cut that out. And let's cut this out as well. The spotlight's still doing something though, right? All that. Oh, that looks wild. Spotlight intensity 1,000. We change to 100. Oh, that's almost nothing. 10,000. No, 1,000 was about the right spot for it. Penumbra. Duality of binary says the libertarian to Arch Linux pipeline talk, I guess, is a sore point for many of Nate's orbiters. Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, let's see if I can figure out how to fix these spotlights to be done correctly. Maybe it would make sense to make these be a little bit wider. So let's say 0.8. That should make them wider, right? Spotlight. Can I just do street light dot add spotlight? Will that just magically fix everything? It did not. It did not magically fix everything. Should not have done that. Whoa. So that is slowing down my entire computer. Let's get rid of that before my computer bursts into flames. So we take the street light, we stand it up, we put it in the right place, then we make a spotlight. We have the spotlight target, and we add the street light. We have the spotlight target to the street light. Then we tell it to the spotlight to look at some random vector, which is actually totally useless because it doesn't seem to change anything really. Then move the spotlight around to be inside of the street light, and then that's it. So I have the street light frame. Target, vent, object 3D vent nap. It's also possible to set the target to be another object in the scene, anything with a position. Huh. So the spotlight target. What if I just got rid of that entirely? Do I get the same thing? I'm wondering if maybe I'm having... That's interesting. I don't know what's going on there. Also, I probably should make this... Now I'm doing all this work on here, I'm not going to blow everything away. So I should probably make it so that the road continues forever and I don't have the same problems I've been having. So I'm just going to re-add that old logic I had that would move the buildings and stuff individually. So to do that, what do I do? GitHub.com, npmail.com. I'll just look at the old main.js and re-add those methods. So we said buildings i.position.y equals negative 40,000 now. Now, so I just need buildings.i.position.y plus equals actual speed. And then I need to do the same thing with palm trees. And then I need to do the same thing with street lights. Street lights. And then get rid of the background elements moving. So now they recreate at the end. They go away when they go off screen, hopefully. And I don't drive off the whole thing. This name is Toucan says, good night. Good night, this name is this name is Toucan. So clearly I've changed something. The scene is much brighter than it was before. And now you can see that the color of the palm trees is silly. But frankly, I don't mind the brighter scene. Oh, it's because I changed the penumbra of the street lights. Let's go back and fix that. 0.5. Yeah, you can still see it. I still don't care. It's probably fine. Gotta figure out how to get these lights to point in the right direction. Honestly, I don't even think this is worse. I think this is fine. Change the intensity to 800 maybe? I think this is pretty nice. I don't know. Not even mad at this. I screwed something up, but it'll be alright. We gotta figure out how to get these things to have not implicitly in any type. Because like road texture, wheel data. So clearly it has a dot scene on it. We're getting innies. So these road P's are 3.texture or GLTF. So can I do road texture : three dot texture. Well, what types are these? 3.texture or GLTF? Or texture. 3.texture. But then it gets mad at me. Huh. I don't know how to work with that. We'll have to figure that off stream. I wonder if there's any of these passes I should be using. Father Binary says, 4 of your viewers right now are from the Reddit community. Shout out to the 50% of chat right now. Shout out Reddit community people. Let's take a look at the Reddit community. Still only 2 members. Benny Quinn and Born to Code Binary. Which would mean Benny Quinn is Shmulv. Which would explain the age of the account. And why they came in immediately asking about Israel. Fun stuff. Figured there's something shady going on. Thanks, Forrest. Should get status. Let's rm public / skybox / top.back.png. Get status. All right, let's do npx vt build. Will that still work? Some chunks are larger than 500 KB. That's fine. Let's get status again. Let's get add -a. Let's play ts. Ify everything. Git push origin main. Or anything else that needs to be TS that isn't? Animation.js. That could be TS. Oops. Index.html. Animation dot, let's switch this to TS. Animation dot TS. Oh. mv animation dot JS, animation dot TS. All right, great. Okay. So this is fun. Name zone is possibly null. wonder how to do that in TS. Is possibly null TypeScript. You know from external means that an expression is not null, you can use the null assertion operator. Okay. So document exclamation mark dot query selector. Did I just put the exclamation mark at the end? Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Type element is not assignable to isString, isFunction undefined. Huh. Did I just get rid of that? What happens if I do that? Yeah, that was totally useless. Because I guess I was using this library the wrong way. It just kind of still worked. So let's put up a terminal. Add -a, get commit -m. TSify everything. Actually, git push origin main. Let's gh run watch. And let's see what's going on. Loading pages artifact. There we go, seemed to work. Let's check npmail.com. Don't know if it loads any faster, but certainly we've updated it. And I guess it's more type safe now, which is good. So I think I'm gonna call that a win. And I think that'll be my stream for the day. So yeah, thanks everyone for sticking with it. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been a good time. Suppose I will catch you guys on the flip.